Hello, welcome to Marital Hate.
I'm Stacy.
I'm Doug.
We are married.
We do not hate each other.
Not usually. Not even today. Although it's been a rough couple of weeks. I have not been in the best headspace. And then today you went in the kitchen to make dinner and you just got super overwhelmed.
You know what? Not going to happen today.
But it's funny because like one of the biggest things that you'll get overwhelmed by is cooking. Like that is 9 times out of 10, the thing you get overwhelmed by is cooking. So I wanted to circle back to that, but I want to just have I don't know what you're doing.
What I just did.
So
I was going to the comments.
We're Stacy and Doug, and this is a live interactive podcast. We do it 5 nights a week, and
we've done 303 of them, and you figure we'd have it down pat by now.
But. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if we really do. Do we have? This is 303? You forgot to add it. So we do this live interactive podcast, and we have really been trying to figure out what the direction of it is, given the fact that no one's here. The direction is...
Well, we have 1 thumbs up.
Olympic level games.
From someone.
Thank you from the one person that gave us a thumbs up.
Oh, that was from me. I didn't thumbs up.
Well, I will tell you that... What is happening with my hair? What I will tell you is that I'm having hair problems. What I will tell you is that we don't know which direction we're taking the podcast now, and then we have a night with 11 people, and it's...
Well, it just started. It's 8:02.
It does pick up, but Wednesdays and Thursdays are slow. So I'm starting to think that we should take Wednesdays and Thursdays to promote music.
Oh, and maybe we have
we will see. So for those of you who do not know, my husband his name is Doug Gear.
My name is Doug.
And he has an album, Doug Gear Songs 1 through 10, that is currently on like all the platforms. And it's number 5 on the US 41 countdown and number 3 on the Vault countdown. The Vault.
No, it's now number 5 on the Vault countdown and 5 on the other
voting.
One. So,
but you know what? That's more time than most people will ever have. I sure as hell will never have an album on any chart. As a matter of fact, when I sing, and it does occasionally happen on the podcast, people cry. Like in a like, oh my God, that was so moving. It was like in an, oh my God, my ears hurt so bad kind of way. I'm kind of digging my like ridiculous.
It is like a little you look like you're in the B-52s.
But I also feel like I need things around my face because I have like a fat lady face. I've always looked better with my hair down. Hookah Bob says, oh, by the way, you guys, the best part of the podcast is the people that come night after night and comment on things and interact with everybody. And one of my favorite people on the fucking planet, and certainly one of my favorite master haters, or haters as it were, would be Hookah Bob. And Hookah Bob says, Doug, I found the sticker you gave me for your music. I stuck it on the window of the truck.
Nice. That feels like, and it would go good on that truck too, because it's like dark and whatever. Yeah, no, thank you for doing that.
The sticker is a little on the small side.
It's a little on the small side, and it was a little on the dark side
differently
as well.
We do have 2 folks to celebrate tonight. Of course, we're always celebrating our friend OG Lesby Tracy, Master Hater.
We celebrate our lesbian friend.
Well, we do. We celebrate our lesbian friends and our gay friends and our straight friends and our bi friends. We celebrate everybody every fucking night. But tonight,
God damn it,
I don't think that they're gonna make it. Y'all know Jules Sheehan-Lowy, who is a friend to the podcast. She, her brother recently passed away, and she's battling cancer. And today is her birthday. So happy birthday to Jules. I know it's been a rough week.
Probably not going to be
celebrate for just a second.
The greatest birthday, but
happy
hey.
Birthday, Jules.
Happy birthday.
Make the best of it. Your brother would want you to. You deserve it. And our friend Cindy Bennett.
CB.
Local Cape Coral girl who
Local
has
CB.
Also a Jeeper. It is her birthday as well. Happy birthday, Cindy. I don't imagine she's here, but happy birthday to you.
Who also has her own set of health things to overcome, and we send her prayers.
We support her. Oh yeah, she does. She's dealing with the health shit. I think I know you're the only person I know that's not dealing with some sort of crazy health shit.
Well, I am.
Your biggest health shit is that you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have any
what?
Did you count your water today or take any magnesium?
No, I did nothing.
Did you sleep any better last night?
I did a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm glad.
No crazy dreams.
Crazy dreams are a good thing. Trace says hi peeps, and she says happy birthday, Jules. Yeah, she's not here, but happy birthday to Jules and Cindy. So I have a topic. Yeah, I did, research before the podcast, and I have some fucking interesting. Oh, Nick gave us a like. Just so everybody knows, when you see something on social creators doing, heart or laugh at it or whatever, because we don't get shit for likes.
Right.
Don't do shit. It's the smiles and the hearts. And I'm not saying that because I'm greedy or anything like that. I mean, I am, but but just so you know, because like I like for me, now that I know that, I always heart and smiley face something. Although if I give someone just a like on something, I'm probably being passive aggressive, or I don't know how to react.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
You're
I'm
just sort of
like,
acknowledging it and moving on.
Okay, sure. I saw, because I want everybody to feel like somebody heard them. Like, and it's actually funny. I had there was a whole TikTok thread I was involved in, and I forget what it was, but it was somebody was like, it was like they were driving in Florida and they saw a plant that they liked and they went over and dug it up and put it in their fucking car.
Yeah, I don't think you knew that.
And it was like a monstera. And so which like propagating down here is like for real. Like I could just literally, like, our career could be propagating wild plants in Florida and just selling them to.
What if you're a
people in
professional
Massachusetts.
propagator? Are you a propagatist?
I don't know, but maybe we should start doing that, just propagating professionally. But anyway, so these people, they go and they literally dig up this fucking monstera, and we had that same monstera on our front lawn that they dug up. And so what I said was, I said, hey, if you want to propagate off my lawn, totally fine, but could you please not dig up entire plants?
Yeah.
I thought this was like in the middle of nowhere. No, it was on a house's property.
No, it wasn't.
But I didn't even
Oh, that's
realize it.
funny.
Like, it was just like in the background. And it was like clear, like if it was on this house's property, it just happened to be that it had like grown there. Like it wasn't a big deal. And it's this monstera that we see growing wild everywhere.
Yeah.
You and I were driving when we drove to Orlando because we were looking at properties. We were looking for somewhere to live last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. When we drove to Orlando and we were looking at properties, if we drove to Orlando and we were looking at properties, and on the way there we were seeing all these plants, and I'm like, see, they just grow wild here. They just grow wild. So it was like literally like it didn't look like they were taking it from the people, although there was a house there. So people are responding, it's not your lawn and blah, blah, blah. Why do you care? And blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I was fucking joking. I was joking. I know it's not my plant because it's right there. But somebody said to me, well, if you don't care, then why are you responding? And I'm like, well, because when someone speaks to me, I think it's rude to not respond to them. Like, everybody should, even if I disagree with you, I want you to feel heard. Like, I want you to know that, like, people are listening. I may not agree with you, but I'm still going to treat you with respect, unless you're shitty to people. And then I'm going to be like,
and then you're going to be like, yeah.
No, I can't have that. I can't go for that. No.
The reason we're in the
can
pool
do.
is what?
It's hot as balls.
Well, we checked the temp, and it was, I forget what the temperature was, but they said with the humidity, it feels like 98. So we figured we just jump.
We
in the
came
pool.
outside and I was like, I'm dying. And then I asked the temperature and it was like, oh, it's like 89. And then it's like, but it feels like 98.
And so then we come out, we get in the pool, it starts sprinkling. And so we had to put the chairs over the computers so that we didn't get electrocuted. And
I will say, Doug gets frustrated easily and wasn't looking where he was putting the chair. First, he was putting it on his phone. Then in the laptop. And then he would eventually put it on his phone. And I'm sitting here holding the laptop.
Well, we were on a deadline. It was 7:59.
Frantic. And that's what we have happen all the time. Trace says, I slept like shit. What can we do about your sleep hygiene?
I think you need to install some sort of sex swing situation to take some weight off your spine.
A sex swing could be a good option for her. It might take some pain off. Another good option would be, and of course I'm shooting myself in the foot by saying this, but make sure you're ending your blue light exposure at least an hour before bedtime. Get a good sleep routine. One thing Doug and I did that helped a lot, and I think we need to do it again because we got a new router, is we went around our house with little pieces of black electrical tape and covered up all those LED lights, because those fuckers, believe it or not, will seriously disrupt your sleep. And you have to have a good sleep hygiene. I got to tell you, I have been like literally just do the podcast and I climb straight into bed, and that is the best pattern for me. I might swoop on my phone for a little bit, but if I go in the living room, I end up eating, which I don't necessarily need to do, although I'm usually hungry. Like tonight, I didn't have any dinner. Then I end up watching TV with you and staying up later than I should, or worse yet, falling asleep there. And then I don't end up washing my face and I just like collapse and crawl into bed. So I think it's really important to have like good sleep hygiene. I think it dramatically impacts your sleep. Obviously, an Epsom salt bath or biomat or sauna are really helpful. And also magnesium oil can be very helpful. Just spray that shit on the bottom of your feet. Magnesium will help with sleep. What do you find? How do you sleep best?
It really just depends. It just like sometimes I'm out, and sometimes I just cannot sleep. I think it's more psychological. than
That
anything.
you can't sleep.
That I can't sleep. Yeah, and it's yeah, and
But you haven't
Well,
been doing your meditation or your
no,
sauna.
I haven't.
So
I haven't been doing the sauna, so I have to get back
the
to that.
sauna will help you sleep. So you could like literally after the podcast get in the sauna for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and it would help you
technically,
sleep.
Yeah.
So and then she said I've started my magnesium glycinate chewable as recommended for my dermatologist for OCD picking issues, and she said that may help me sleep. It may. Generally the dosage that they give you is very low. And I don't know if glycinate is one of the ones that helps with sleep. There's a lot of different.
Well, a doctor said it
magnesiums.
was going to help with sleep.
That doesn't mean that it's going to.
Now she's a doctor.
I'm not. Are you kidding me? Do you? Okay.
Ah,
So how many of you have been fucked over by your doctor in the past?
just the one. But it was a prostate exam, so I guess you waive that. I'm kidding. Just everything's so serious these days.
Yeah, so it can. That's one of the magnesiums that is known to help with sleep. But I would look at the dosage, and also, you probably need vitamin D. Did they test your vitamin D? Because most people are low, and if your magnesium is low, it's going to lower your vitamin D. And the other thing I would suggest to anyone who's having trouble sleeping, means anyone who's having trouble sleeping, is that therapy and meditation and journaling are three things that are tremendously helpful. Hookah Bob.
Hookah Bob says, I put on my tinfoil hat. It keeps the aliens from reading his mind when I sleep. You know what?
Sometimes you have to. Wait till
People
you hear
reading
this.
Hookah Bob's mind,
Mhm.
that would be like, like I'm trying to think, like what's in Hookah Bob's mind? Like, is it like I like
Music,
smoked brisket. I like music.
music,
Yeah.
and titties.
That's about it. There's just three.
Actually, Hookah Bob has never
divisions.
like once referenced titties around me, so I
No,
shouldn't say
but
that.
yeah,
Like he's
people
never
like
like
titties,
stared at my
yeah.
titties. Like he's never even acknowledged my titties. Are you gay, Hookah Bob? Just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Actually, if he was gay, he'd be all over my titties in case love.
Oh yeah. Tracy says I'm on vitamin D, even though it's good. I get it checked off and do the weight loss surgery. Oh, that's good. I hate journaling. Never gonna happen, but may work for some. Yeah, that's yeah.
I think like the biggest thing is when like we face challenges in life, we have to decide whether trying to do something to overcome that challenge or suffering is worse. For me, I always want to do the thing to overcome the challenge. Like that's just how I'm wired. But the problem with that is like I'm limited in what I can do because of my stupid fucking disease. So I hear you.
So there's that.
I hear you. And sometimes you just don't feel like you have any options. And I don't know what my options are. I will say like one thing, like for me, it's like, I don't want to eat super healthy food, but I know that if I don't, I'm going to feel like shit. So I choose to eat super healthy food. And that's in all different areas for life, but what works for one person may not work for another person. So you have to just fucking do you. And then Anne says, hello all. Hello, Anne. Welcome to Marital Hate. Okay, so I wanted to just go on a little bitty tirade.
All right. You want to go on a tirade? I want to thank everybody for voting for my song again today. We're just trying. I'm trying to remind everybody. Everybody's trying to get out there and do it. Everybody's pulling their weight, and I appreciate it.
What is it? 4104?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm just gonna double check it again before I put it up. Trace says, "Whoop whoop." Yeah. So Doug's song has been
downgraded to number 5 from 4. But hey, and then at 4, that's not so bad. One would have been nicer.
US 41.
US 41.
Well, we're gonna get up to number 1 this week, or we're gonna put another song out there. That's either way.
Well, yeah.
So it is 239-314-4104. There was a few people messaging the wrong number, but we do have the correct number up now. I think you should text the lady at the wrong number and explain what happened.
I should give her a free download. Here's a free download.
And apologize profusely and explain, like, please don't hate me. I fucked up.
If somebody texted me that much, it would become comical.
You should apologize. It was like 20 people.
Sorry. Well, that's what. Yeah. Otherwise, my song would have shot to the top. There's 20 requests.
Yeah,
that
we
they
could
didn't
be at
get,
number
so.
1, but here we are, number 5.
Here we are behind Silent Lucidity cover version.
And Trey says you're welcome, and Hookah Bob says give her courtesy dick. Who do we give courtesy dick to?
To the lady that or whoever had.
He's not giving his dick to anybody but me, Hookah Bob. Not even you.
You, Bob.
No matter how much you beg for it.
Although last night we did talk about showing Tracy the courtesy boner. Do you remember last night? You don't remember that?
No, I just don't remember the courtesy
boner. Oh, it was like if like I was saying like would Tracy rather see a limp dick or a boner?
No, but
and
like
then
if
you were like
if you were like didn't have like it's a little hurtful. Like
But I was saying that the lesbians probably don't want. They would rather see a limp dick.
I'm sad if a lesbian's not interested in me, I'm a little hurt.
And then we went that whole.
But I'm even now like I'm so used to, I used to get all kinds of like, hit on and shit, and I don't anymore. And
well, you don't go anywhere anymore, so that's.
Yeah, but even like I don't get hit on online even. Like nobody sends me dick pics. I've been asked. I asked for them, and you won't send me.
Matthew sent you his finger. That was funny.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And Hookah Bob says, "Now you get it."
That's right.
I'm barely getting it. It's been a day. It's been a week. It's been a couple weeks. It's been like a month. Hookah Bob, it has been a downward fucking spiral. We're struggling, but we're making the best of it. Doug literally, like right before we came out here, was just like, "I need a break." And I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want to do you want to do the podcast tonight?" He's like, "No, I like doing the podcast." And so he went and laid down for a little bit. And then I was like, "Well, are you sure?" And so we did it, and we're here. And I was like, "Listen, if you start to get upset, we're going to have to stop." So I'm going to talk about the Olympics. It might make you upset.
Well, you're entitled to your Olympic opinion.
Well, I have an Olympic opinion today. Let me tell you a story. So I've kind of touched on this earlier in the week, was how I didn't like the Bacchanalia, Last Supper, drag queen dancing in lingerie opening to the Olympic events, and I didn't like that that celebrities, as opposed to athletes or their parents that have worked so hard to put them through school, were carrying the torch. I just didn't like. I mean, they did this whole thing with the torch lighting, and it's usually a boy and a girl, and this year it was a girl that used to be a boy that used to be a boy is now a girl, and a dude. So no girl actually got to do it. So maybe we need to have 3 people light it now. Maybe you have to have 50 people. I don't know. I just feel like it's, people are putting their money, their own agenda all ahead of what the Olympics are really about, which is the sports and sportsmanship and international, people coming together internationally to compete in their sports and pride for their countries. And I don't know, all the things that I thought the Olympics were about. So I'm like going through YouTube. I watched a Mr. Morrow video on the steakhouse, but I wasn't really paying attention. So I'd have to watch it again.
We have to watch it again. Yeah.
But Rogan is going on this tirade about the Olympics, and it got me going further down the road, because Rogan's talking about the same thing I am. Great minds think alike. He might have billions of dollars, but got these. So, every once in a while, one pops out, you win. Podcast, not nearly as exciting. I don't have billions of dollars, but sometimes there's titties. Let me share some horrifying information with you. So Rogan was like talking about how the Olympics, it's a fucking money grab, and that the athletes get nothing. Nothing. The athletes, okay, so if you wanted to get some money this was really, I had to like dig. So when you use ChatGPT or any of the AIs, sometimes they won't answer your question directly. Like it's like talking to a politician. So you have to ask them the question a couple different ways to get the answer. So I had to ask several times to get all of my information. And sometimes you have to actually tell it what the law is. And I had to do that in this case. So I wanted to know, so Celine Dion's being paid $2 million for one fucking song. One fucking song. That's ridiculous. Then I'm like, well, how much is Snoop making? And they're like, well, it's not publicly disclosed. And so I told them, like, this is what he said on average, they said originally $1 to several million, but given Snoop's celebrity status, and I told him about the Celine Dion thing, that he originally said 1 to 5 million, and now they're saying 2 to 5 million. So Snoop was making $2 to $5 million to be an announcer for this shit show, and his appearances and all of that stuff. So he's been the Olympic mascot. Then I was like, well, okay, so like, let's talk about, what if you win the Olympic gold? Like, why do people do this? They want Olympic greatness. They want the Olympic gold. Do they think that they're going to get, like, what happens to Olympians? Do they all marry like a woman who exploits her own children and then get gender reassignment, and after they're on the box of Wheaties and like start wearing couture? Like, I don't know what happens to Olympians. The only one I'm familiar with is Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, however the case may be.
That's the only trans person that you can think of?
No, I know a lot of trans people. It's the only Olympian I can think of.
Mary Lou Retton.
Isn't
Dorothy
she dead?
Hamill. No, she almost died. Dorothy Hamill,
Okay.
Eric Heiden.
Well, okay, so these are people that won.
Apollo Ono.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know sports people.
Okay.
I super don't know sports people, but what I know is that they're being exploited. So a gold medal winner in the United States, what do you think they get?
No idea. I don't think. Well, they used to not get anything, but then they get like
Prize
a
money
Wheaties
for
box or
gold
something.
medals varies by country and organization. For Team USA, U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee awards are.
No idea. 50,000.
For a gold medal, you get 37,000.
Okay.
Silver 22, and 15,000 for a bronze. World Athletics will provide 50,000 for each gold medalist in track and field events. They vary significantly per country. Singapore offers the highest known reward, with gold medalists receiving $735,000. Olympians, you should all move to fucking Singapore.
Yeah, but it's in Singapore money. It's like worth $8. I just made that up.
Sure, Singapore's got some fucking money. So I was like, well, what does it cost for a family to send them to the Olympics? And it costs anywhere, total cost, like they might spend 10 to 20,000 on travel and accommodations alone, but it ends up being with like total cost 15 to 30,000 or more. But that's not including the years that they spent training. And we're talking about.
Well, I think when you travel to the Olympics, that's got to be some sort of. There's got to be a fund for that, right, or something, or do people just have to pay it?
They have to pay it.
What if they can't come up with it, and the last guy on the relay team can't show up because he lost his on the track, the last set at the track?
These people deal with this for years. I mean, we talked to Jose about this. His daughter's an Olympian, and it was killing him. She got some kind of sponsorship-ish situation going on, but it costs these people all this money. And I'm sure they do fundraisers to help them pay their costs, or if they do, they probably do GoFundMe's or whatever, but the costs can add up to several hundreds of thousands. So I'm like, well, how much money do they make? Where does the money go? And I had to ask like 3 or 4 times to get the fucking answers. So there's all these committees that get the money. So all the money so they make money in broadcasting, sponsorship, ticket sales, licensing, and merch, and then redistribution. And I'm asking them, like, how much they make? Don't want to tell me that. So there's these 5 committees: the International Olympic Committee, the organization committees for the Olympic Games, the National Olympic Committees, the international federations, and then the Olympic Solidarity. So they expect the Olympics to bring in between 6.7 and 11.1 billion in benefits to the Paris region. So this is for tourism, construction, organization of the games. Specifically, tourism alone is projected to bring about $4 billion alone. The broadcasting rights and so forth, the sponsorships for people organizing the committee raised $1.24 billion. And of course, the ticket sales and so forth. So I wanted to know how much. Well, are these companies that are receiving this money? Are they nonprofits? What's the deal with them? So I did some digging, and I found out that the salaries of the employees at these companies is quite high. As a matter of fact, the International Olympic Committee spends $153 million a year on salaries. And benefits. So if you have $153 million as a company,
It's a drop.
That must be a pretty big company.
Well, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the billions that they're bringing to the region, but whatever.
They have 533 employees. They're spending $287,000
Per employee.
in change per employee at an organization with 533 employees.
It's good work if you can get it.
If you need a job, I say you go work on the International Olympic Committee because you're guaranteed a job and they pay really fucking well. Because of the 533 employees, they're not all C-level executives.
Well, my feeling is that there's one CEO that's getting $100 million, and then the other $50 million gets split on the other 230.
But the athletes are getting nothing. The athletes are getting nothing.
It's about the competition. So what you're saying is that the Olympics are big business.
It's a scam, and it's the same fucking thing Rogan said. It's a scam, but it's disgusting. We're like, oh, you should reach for Olympic gold. It's like how we have kids in school. We're like, oh, sell this piece of crap for a fundraiser for the school that public school that your parents' taxes go to pay for, the public school. We want you to sell this thing. Go door to door and sell this thing. To your neighbors, your parents, your friends. There's a frog right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
Sure, it's not a bug.
It's either a frog or a cricket.
Oh, it's a little froggy.
Well, see if the little frog wants to come on the podcast.
Hey, little froggy.
Do you guys want to meet a frog?
Nope.
Dude, he's a fast frog. He's way over there now. We can't catch him.
You know what he should do is join the Olympic team.
No, I won't want my frog friend be exploited. I'll give him free snacks.
Exploited frog.
I don't want an exploited frog. So these poor people are, I believe, exploited. We teach them to sell things for 10 cents on the dollar as children, work an 8-hour day as children, and then bring work home for them. All we're teaching people is to be slaves to the goddamn machine.
Thanks for running the Olympics for me. I used to watch.
I told you.
I told
you. What did I tell you when we were inside? I said, you're not going to want to watch the Olympics.
I would still watch the Olympics. I don't give a shit.
I do. I care about the people. There's something caught in the skimmer.
Stick your hand in that.
Anne said they had the spike protein and blood clots on another Olympics predictive programming. I don't
know what that means.
I know what spike protein means, and I know blood clots, but I don't know. I think you're talking about something that we can't talk about because they'll pull it down. Tracy says for women's gymnastics, one leotard is $3,000, and they had 3 or 4, I believe, for the women's team. Everybody is making money on this except the athletes. It's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. Sorry to ruin the Olympics for you, but here we are ruining the Olympics for you.
Now I wish I had grabbed the dad joke off the calendar to try and lighten the mood, but I did not.
Well, I did bring something out here because #tarot is trending. So perhaps I could help you somehow. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go make friends with the frog. Oh, the frog's coming over here. He's right there. He's behind the post there.
Yeah. Well, he's not coming over here. He's way over there. You shuffle this.
I'm gonna shuffle cards while I balance in my floaty.
I'm gonna catch a frog.
You're not catching the frog. She's not catching the frog. The frog is too hoppy. And then she's gonna bring it over. It's gonna hop in her hair, and then she's gonna flail her arms. Both computers are gonna go in the thing. End of podcast. That's my prediction. I don't know why you got me all like doom and gloom now with the Olympics. I like watching diving. Let me watch diving. She didn't get it.
Why do you have to be such a dick? All right, so you shuffled the cards with that attitude.
I did.
How much you want to bet Doug gets a card that tells him that his attitude needs to fucking
Jackie
change?
says beautiful sky in the background. Last night's sky was even better, but last night was all different colors.
Really
but
not.
Let's see. What do we got up there? Oh, yeah.
It actually looks better on camera than it is in person, which is funny because usually it looks better in person than it does on camera.
It looks like something's on fire.
I'm telling you, there's nothing really.
Yeah, not much.
Nothing.
So are you telling Jackie she's wrong?
I'm not saying she's wrong.
And not to watch the Olympics?
I am saying don't watch the Olympics.
But welcome, Jackie.
I am saying don't watch the Olympics.
Great to have you here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. We're going to read Doug's tarot card. And maybe
all right, we're going to read Doug's tarot cards. Here
okay. Well, it's a little dark.
Card number 1.
All right, some old people flashlight.
You're gonna attract that frog back.
By the way, thank you, Anne. She gave this to me for my birthday. I think it was last
All right.
year.
So card number 1
is the mystery, which
I am a mystery.
Down Cheshire Cat.
I am a mystery to all those that know me.
I don't think you really are, honey, but
they're like, the mystery is how can he be so awesome? Apparently not.
No, sure. Sure. It is. It's the mystery. Yeah, that's it.
That's a mystery.
Okay, so this is what it says.
All right, folks.
The Cheshire Cat often leaves Alice feeling confounded and confused. If you're struggling with a lack of clarity, be still and listen to your own inner voice. You don't need outside guidance now. Following your intuition will get you where you need to go. Which is interesting because I did a whole human design thing the other day, and that's what it said we both have to do.
Oh.
So there you go. Okay, I'm going to read you another one.
Is this me? Still me. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works, folks. I know in poker you go around the table, but like blackjack, you go around the table.
You're feeling as though you're fighting a losing battle and ready to give up.
Oh, that's kind of true. Can I see the card? Because I would like to show the card, whatever it says. It's what is that? I don't know what that is. It's a sideways hibiscus
of flowers.
Or a lily of the valley
or
says,
something. This card reminds you that help can come from surprising places.
Oh, I'm gonna have a rich uncle or something.
Just when you least expect it, keep your eyes open for an unexpected new ally, which is exactly what we need.
I'm looking around,
and I'm gonna give you one more, which is
it's my last one.
X of Hedgehogs.
The X of Hedgehogs. This can't be good. This cannot be good.
Why do you think it's not?
Well, let's show the card to the folks.
Don't knock them in the pool.
That is the X of Hedgehogs, and those are like little hedgehogs apparently.
Represents accumulated wealth, satisfaction, and sustained success. You worked really hard and are now enjoying the resulting comfort and stability.
Oh.
This card can also symbolize a happy, stable home and supportive family.
Well, I do have a supportive family.
I think that these were that was a spot on reading for you.
This is all good.
Was that or was
and I'm going to have wealth and success.
Wasn't that a spot on reading?
That was very nice. I'm very encouraged.
Do you feel better?
I feel like a wig.
Are you so glad that tarot is trending on Twitter?
Tarot is my friend.
Are you going to watch the Olympics?
I might watch some Olympics. A little diving. I like that synchronized diving. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for water polo.
I really wanted to see the breakdancing, but if the breakdancers don't get any money, I'd rather give them some money.
But the way they do the Olympics, right? You can get into any sport. Like I'll get into fencing. Like the way they talk about it, and you learn how the points are scored, or like kayaking, they have to go through the thing,
Okay, but hear me out. If we went outside with $10
yes
worth of snacks,
these
neighborhood children would play any sport we wanted them to if we just gave them snacks. If we let them come in the pool, they would do a synchronized swimming routine for us. They would play water polo. They would be all over it. Like, I feel like I just don't want to line the fucking pockets of fat cats. I want to help the Olympians. Like, they're not getting it. And I fucking hate that.
Fat cats. When was the last time you heard somebody referred to as a fat cat? This Sakar chomping fat
cat right now. Put your face down on it. What?
I was all excited about the tarot, and now you just went right up the
You don't want to put your face down on.
You know what? I'm waiting for success.
You should be so fucking lucky. That's not how you get success. You put your face down on the fucking fat cat. That's
speaking of
you're never gonna get ahead in the music industry if you don't know that you have to put your face down on the fat cat from time to time.
The fat cat. Who is this Courtney person? Do we know her?
She says, "Hey, pretty people. Hey, girl. How are you?"
We're in the pool tonight because it was on 98 degrees with the humidity.
And the sky, Jackie pointed out, looks beautiful, but in person, not so much.
I don't know what's going on up there.
It's just okay, so I have some hashtags. Some of them are more exciting than others, but
because nobody else is bringing up. Jackie brought up a topic, and we talked about that, and now nobody else has brought up a topic. So we're gonna
bring up whatever topics you want to bring up. What did you do today?
What did you do today? What's on your mind?
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
tell us because we want to talk. Nature. We just make it up.
I have something that I'd like to mention. There was a hammerhead shark seen off of Chatham, Massachusetts, which is crazy rare. They hardly ever go out that far.
Well, maybe he wanted to get some quality chatter. Maybe he wanted to go to the Chatham Bars Inn for a wedding.
That's right.
Go to Heather's Hairport in Harwich. Perhaps he wanted to go to the
a lot of ages
to the Holiday Hill.
Mini golf is also great.
You don't know,
but the A&W closed. It's now a bagel shop.
Please, Hammer.
Oh my goodness!
Don't hurt them.
If I had money, I would reopen an A&W on the Cape And I would also build a Ford's garage at Foxborough and maybe even the Cape. I don't know. Maybe.
I can't even believe I'm married to you.
Why is that?
Because I said, please hammer about the shark.
Oh,
Don't hurt them. And you just, we do that to
I'm
each
used
other.
to your witty bon mots. Is what it is.
What the fuck is a bon mot?
Same as a fat cat. It's a saying.
I'm pretty sure
It's
it's
actually
not the same
French.
as a fat cat.
Speaking of France.
I have a fat cat.
Oh my goodness! As she points
No,
to
seriously.
her nether regions.
You push on it, and it's like literally more cushion for the pushing. It's like that. If
What do you want, a bony? You want a
if you
bony
want to
situation
push on
down
it
there?
next
No.
time you see me, you just come over. I'll let you push on it.
This is just going off the rails.
Do it. You can't do it. Okay, fine. So I thought this.
Wait, Anne has a statement.
Please.
I am not watching the Olympics this year, but in the past, I did enjoy gymnastics, diving, and bobsledding. If they had surfing, damn, I would watch that all freaking day long. I prefer the Winter Olympics to the Summer Olympics, but I will watch me a nice Summer Olympics. Give me anything on a
I am
bobsled
bound
track,
to
the
see some
luge, any of that
Olympics
stuff.
because it's on all of the socials, and I have seen the kid from Massachusetts on the pommel horse. Everybody's going crazy.
Oh yeah,
for it.
pommel horse guy.
Everybody loves him. Because he was like super zen, but I am going to do my best to not watch it because I can't stand for that. No can do. No, I can't. Okay,
No,
so I wanted to share this because I thought it was cute. And it's funny how, like, you know, there are times when people get pigeonholed and it's like, why? Well, this guy has been known as Biker, and he got out and saved some baby ducklings.
Oh, I have something also to share. You just reminded.
He saved some baby ducklings, so thank you to this biker who remains unnamed. He doesn't have any anything on his patch. I can't tell where this was done. He doesn't have any patches on his vest, but hey, he saved some stuff.
He saved some stuff. I have to share this because this was fantastic. This was down in Naples, in someone's backyard. Don't say it. Wait till you see this.
I'm really not surprised.
Little friend right here.
Listen, it's a cougar in Naples.
That's a panther right there. That is a full adult Florida panther. That thing will just eat you. And leave the
fucking cat alone, asshole. I'm telling you, it's Naples.
That thing running around.
You can't shake a stick without running into a cougar in Naples.
Well, it's not a cougar. It is a panther.
Yeah, well, that's what they call them in Naples, is panthers.
No, they call them cougars. You're missing just respect the cat. If you want to call it.
I just sat here and asked you to push on my fat cat, and you didn't do it, and you're telling me to respect the cat now. I'm just saying everything comes full circle. You can't swim, and we're in a pool.
All right, good point.
Okay. Where'd the frog go? We have a lizard in our house now that we can't.
We had a gecko on our ceiling today. Little bugger running around. We can't find him. Frogs over there.
The problem with the frogs is they jump in the pool and die.
Yeah, they jump in and then they can't figure it out.
I think that chlorine gets.
He's over there somewhere.
And
so Tracy says, "Well, this is how Tracy learned she was a lesbian. She just went outside and said, 'Here, kitty, kitty,' and some lesbians showed up." And Ann says, "I will see on social media." Hookah Bob says there are a lot of cougars in the downtown Nashville bars. Yeah, are you really? She's trying to catch the. You're gonna. She's got it. It's gonna happen your hair, and you're gonna have a conniption fit. It's gonna jump in her cleavage.
I think it may have. Oh, there it is.
It's too small and too jumpy. You're not gonna get it. She's laughing her ass off about the. Did you get?
Oh my God, was that on camera?
Oh yeah, as far as you know. Courtney says my middle daughter caught a skink the other day. Oh, I didn't. Yes, I figured. I didn't know that you guys had skinks, but they're a hardy lizard.
Fat ass just go on camera.
I may have. I don't know. I don't think it did, but we'll see. Skinks are cool. Skinks are smooth, and they're pretty cool. I've seen a couple skinks since we've been down here, but
I thought that the camera was not pointed in that direction.
You're shaking your. Yeah, no.
Did you move the camera?
I didn't touch the camera. I didn't know you were gonna twerk. What are you at the Kamala Harris routine?
Dude, I didn't even. The song was body yada yada yada.
Oh,
like it's not good. It wasn't a good look. Okay, so Tracy's laughing her ass off, and Courtney says, "Oh, you already said that.
Yeah,
she got a skink the other day. What did she do with the skink?
Skinky.
Better to be a skink than a skank."
That's right. Tell her that.
So
tell your little daughter that.
So apparently, okay.
So wait, her middle daughter would be. I know one's 13 and she's got like a 1-year-old. So like that could be anywhere
In the
between
middle,
1
anywhere.
and 13.
So, it
That's
doesn't
me
matter.
doing
A
math.
child between 1 and 13 can catch a
Can
skink.
catch a skink.
Yes,
right.
that's true.
Skinks are cool.
I think the ability to catch a skink probably decreases as you get older. Like I can't
Yeah,
catch
probably,
that
yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
I had him for a second, but I wanted to be
Yeah.
gentle with him. Come back, little froggy. Okay, so Gab, so the FBI had sent out requests from different social media agencies to get information about Thomas Crooks,
Okay.
the Trump, the guy who
Attempted-
tried to assassinate Trump. So they'd had the FBI. So they did an emergency request, disclosure request, and so FBI Deputy Director Paul Abate falsely testified under oath to Congress,
Mhm.
stating that he had posted things that were anti-immigration and so forth, is what he testified to. And so the founder of the company Gab,
What's that?
Gab is a social media platform that
Okay.
he was on,
Okay.
received the letter, sent a copy of the letter, and then tweeted out saying that what he had posted was in fact pro-Biden. They actually showed screenshots of what he had, not even pro-Biden, but very far left-leaning. His screenshot was called, screen name was Epic Microwave. And this was in 2021. He said, first of all, Biden's executive orders didn't incentivize human trafficking, as human traffickers aren't interested in citizenships, likely while the majority of illegal, blah, blah, blah. So he was talking about the crime rate and basically a pro-immigration stance. He had also had...
it sounds awfully... well, go ahead, finish.
So he had posted things that were pro-Biden on this social media
Okay.
network,
Yeah.
and it was misrepresented by the FBI chair. So what did you want to say?
Oh, no. It's that individual post does not sound like an 18-year-old kid posting on something called Gab. It sounds like
you'd be surprised. A lot of these kids were very involved, and I wouldn't say that it was a bad. I listen. There are things that I agree with and disagree with about this post, but it was, I don't think the kid was an idiot. I think he just had fucking problems. Like you can be look at Timothy fucking McVeigh, Ted Kaczynski. These were brilliant men. They were just fucking batshit.
I don't know about McVeigh.
I don't know if
that about him. But...
I'd have to look up
Yeah,
McVeigh's,
it's
but
whatever.
Ted Kaczynski,
brilliant guy. Yeah, he was
like these
he needed something
like
to do with
people. Like I think I don't know if it's that they're like, the smarter you are, the more anxious you are, the more you think about things. I don't know if they get fed up with society. I don't know if they watch too many fucking superhero movies, but people fucking lose their shit sometimes, and I'm hoping to not be one of them. And then Ian said, "It's a gorgeous suit, and your ass looked on my end." I think she means it looked good, but I don't know, maybe. I hope so. Well, thank you, and thank you. The suit is mistied in the back, actually, and I needed to fix it, but I didn't think that anybody was going to be looking back there. I do come in the pool though and twerk at Doug sometimes, and
she does in the pool, and it creates like a
little
wave
ribble situation in the pool because I do it underwater. Listen, if we hit 1 million followers, I will straight up take my clothes off and twerk for the world. We may have to
twerk for the world.
Yeah, like Hands Across America, but twerk for the world.
No, it's not.
Maybe Harris is onto something. Oh, okay. Here's another Harris thing that doesn't make any sense to me. So I saw a thing the other day where they're like, why do they call Kamala instead of calling her Harris? Like they call Trump and Biden. They're doing it because she's a woman. And I'm like, oh, you're right. That is.
I don't think it has anything
Hang
to do with
on.
a woman.
Hang on. I was like, hang on. That is super disrespectful. But the Harris campaign had signs printed that say Kamala, and they've got people trending Kamala. So Kamala, whatever the hell it is. But I'm just so sick of seeing divisive headlines. And it's same thing. Doug this morning, like literally I'm trying to sleep and he's like, did you see this on the fucking Cape Coral page?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Somebody was like, what was it about?
Oh shit. What was it? They were asking. Oh, they were asking like if anybody knew of like an apartment for a certain amount of money or whatever. And then it was like,
No, the Biden administration,
Oh
blah,
my
blah, blah.
God.
And listen,
then it was, well, there was probably 100 posts under that.
even if I don't
And
agree
90
with you,
of them were political. Or
even if I
responses to
don't agree
political.
with you on your politics,
Answer
even
the
if I
goddamn question.
even if I do agree with you about your politics, there's a time and a place to discuss these things, and there's a time not to. Like I was talking to Zasha about the assassination and Trump attempt on Trump.
Yeah.
During my haircut, my haircut, not a cut.
Your
You know,
hair's
the thing she does,
spinning
the thing,
like a wool.
the nodding of my head, and whenever a client would come into the salon, I would just change the subject back again. So I'd be like, "So how's your cat?" She doesn't have a cat; she's like 5 dogs. I don't think it's really 5. I think it's 3. But I don't know. I just think that like there's a time and a place to discuss it, and you know, on your town Facebook page, probably not the way to do it. And the
But
comments,
it had nothing to do with politics.
it had nothing to do with it. And here's the other one. So today asked shortly, like, so that was this morning,
Yeah.
and so then this afternoon, I haven't been on social media lately, in case you haven't noticed. I've been just taking a break because everybody's awful. Not you guys, but everybody else. And so I'm driving. I've been taking a break. Oh, so there's a woman. Somebody reported, "Hey, there's a car blocking Santa Barbara by tropical breeze. Does anybody know what's going on?" And some assholes, like some shitty Trump driver, a young girl was hit by a fucking box truck. So was it that important to fucking put your fucking nasty ass political thing? Like, I have no idea what this girl's condition is, but she was fucked up. Then here's the other one today. I haven't seen any more comments on this thread, and I need to know more, and I haven't been able to find any. If you don't know, so there's a pier in Bokeelia. Bokeelia is on Pine Island. Pine Island, if you followed us during Hurricane Ian, was the bridge that was completely wiped out that they rebuilt within 3 fucking days. 3 days they rebuilt the bridge. It took them 3 weeks to do Sanibel, the bridge.
Yeah.
Took them 3 weeks to do the Sanibel bridge, but that's like a 2-mile bridge, so understandable. Like it's a miracle. It's a miracle that bridge is back. It's craziness.
That was not good.
So anyway, there's a place called Bokeelia. When you go on Pine Island, you
Big
go left.
fishing pier.
St. James City. You go to Bokeelia. There's a large fishing pier. If you've come to visit me, I have taken you there. So it's this long fishing pier. Apparently, somebody took a fucking golf cart, which is not meant to be driven on, drove their golf cart out, knocked somebody into the water, then hit another golf cart and like charged at some people, and somebody shot him. And we still don't know who.
It's only like a couple of feet.
He done
there,
did.
So it's like, I thought it was probably a little.
There's probably a lot of sharks in that water there.
I kind of think that person in the golf cart had a beef with somebody out on that pier, because it like.
There's probably something,
like,
but like
yeah.
I like somebody.
So there's something.
Regardless of what happened, someone died. Like,
but like, why would you use deadly force when you could just like jump in the water? Like,
because you don't know you don't know that person's not armed. Like, if you're acting erratically like that, like I don't know. I mean, like, you could jump in the water, but what if you can't save everyone there? Like, you can't swim. You can't swim. So you were going to jump in the water?
No, I was going to actually have him come at me, do like a runner and a jump and like go over the golf cart, and then I'm behind him, and then I push him into the water like a karate man, like the fucking Matrix. Fuck with me, find out.
See, this is what happens. Then you lose your fucking marbles. He's starting to lose his marbles, and it's all my fault.
You think I'm losing my marbles?
Fucking going on the Olympic.
You don't think I could like leapfrog? Hey, Josh Allen leapfrogs players every week.
Is a super athlete who works out every day of his life and is half your age. You
have no faith in your husband.
You
to leapfrog
have
a golf
to be
cart.
Forced or tricked into exercising.
All I'm saying is that I would have had some sort of evasive action. I would have got behind the guy and said, "Ha!" Threw that shit before I walked in the room, kicked him off the edge, and down he goes in the thing, and he's there like a comic. Like, and I throw him the life preserver. Say, "You're pretty funny now, golf cart man."
Honey, I want to believe you. I really do. I want to believe you. I want to.
You know what? It beats pulling a gun out and blowing the guy to smithereens.
I would agree that it beats pulling a guy out and blowing a gun out and blowing a guy to smithereens. And again, I don't want to make light of this because it's possible that a human being is dead. So like, it's not cool. However, we're going to talk about you committing these acts of Olympic bravery. I believe our viewers deserve to see you go to some sort of like a brief explanation, like some sort of, Olympics, since they shouldn't watch the regular Olympics, we should make the Doug Gear Olympics. So for example, I don't have a golf cart for you to leap over. But what we could do is take 4 flamingos and fashion them so that they're like, half the height and, almost all the length of a golf cart. And you can see if you can jump over them.
Okay, here's the thing.
I'll put them in the pool and you can jump over them in the water and then you won't even risk getting hurt. I'll do it right now.
No, here's the thing.
What?
You know how like when people have their triple black belt or they're like an expert in like Brazilian jiu-jitsu or something, right? The reason they have it is because they never want to use it. They don't want to show it off. And if I start showing that stuff off, people are going to say, "Oh, geez, it's just you just act as if, right? And you don't show off your ninja skills. You see ninjas showing off their ninja skills. They didn't even go on American Ninja Warriors.
Okay, can I tell you though?
Yes.
I know you, and I'm married to you, and I love you.
Yeah.
And I want you to be alive. And I realize that you cannot do any of those things.
Here's the thing.
And so
right?
I'm going to have to now carry a gun so as to protect you in the event that you try to do something completely asinine.
So basically, you're going to shoot the guy in the golf cart before I even get a chance to take my evasive action where I jump on the golf.
No, I'm going to shoot you.
Here's what I'm going to do.
You know what?
Here's my plan.
I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you in the leg. That way, you don't get yourself hurt. Because you can't swim and you can't do that.
So you shooting him in the leg?
No, I'm shooting.
Does not hurt me.
No, I'm shooting you in the leg.
It's like friendly fire.
I am shooting you in the leg. I'm going to shoot you.
You heard it here first. If I come limping up with a hole in my leg,
I'm shooting him in the leg.
It was my wife
because he's going to try to be a superhero.
No, it's not a superhero.
You're
what
58
it is
years old.
Is that here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start running towards the golf cart, which puts doubt in his mind. He's like, "Oh shit, here comes Doug." And then I put one foot on the bumper of the golf cart.
I'm gonna be able to make
and
a very
I jump
good
up
case.
And I grab there's like a little roof. I'm gonna grab the rafter. He goes under me. I drop down, and while I'm dropping down, I turn around, 180. Boom! I'm behind him, and he's like, "What just happened to that old guy with the gray hair and the Clash shirt?" Kick him right into the drink.
I love that you're manifesting this. I love that you believe in yourself.
Happened?
But here in life,
you with your trigger happy NRA people over there. I'm a man of peace. Everybody survives my attack.
Herein lies the problem.
With your attack, not only does a guy get shot, I get shot to try and save myself from some hideous
it's not like you're gonna save me.
Why do you think I'm doing this heroic act?
Not to save me. When there is danger, you hide behind me when you think an alligator might eat me and leave me alone in a parking lot with a meth head.
Hang on.
Yes, you did.
Right, the meth head was one thing, but I had to pee. So that all right. So, but the alligator thing, when an alligator takes a move towards you, I would assume that any normal goddamn person would take evasive action to get away from the alligator
and hide behind
their wife. My wife just sits there. Friendly
the alligator.
He would love my drugs.
Alligator was at least 25 yards away.
It was mean. It was wild, and it was coming after us. It was in the water, swimming up. We were right next to the water. I took evasive action.
The closest it ever got to us was 20 feet.
I took evasive action. You didn't. That proves I'm smarter.
Like
I have survival skills.
8-footer alligators attacking human beings on a regular basis?
Yeah, I do. We're told by the guy at the alligator ranches that's the size you got to watch out for because they don't know better. Big ones, they're not going to mess with you. They know you're not food. Little ones aren't going to mess with you because you're bigger. But that 8-foot range, that 6 to 8 foot range, they think they can take you on. I'm just saying. You know what?
You know what they make me think of? 58-year-old men who think that they're going to leap over a golf cart. I'm just saying, honey. I'm just saying. You have
no confidence in me, and the people were right.
Okay, but here is the thing. What people were right?
The people that said you're going to shoot me in the leg.
I said I was going to shoot you. Hang on a second. You guys heard it here first. On Marital Hate, Doug said I was right because he said the people that would shoot me and said you would shoot me in the leg were right. I'm the only person that has ever said that. And this is the first time Doug has ever admitted I was right about anything. How does that feel? Are you okay? Do you need mint? Does it feel like throw up in your mouth?
I've just explained how I'm a ninja and how when an alligator started to come after me, I took evasive action. I didn't just sit there like an idiot. Be that as it may.
Or you ran like a fucking pussy.
You really want to do this on the program? Because I think anybody that's sitting on that bench and that thing gets up and starts swimming over, they're going to get up off that bench. Maybe like take evasive action.
Let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
think they're just going to sit there
There's
like
comments that
Betty
we
White.
should
Oh,
respond
nibble
to.
my toes, alligator. God damn it. You watch too many movies.
I'm going to get to the comments and I'm going to explain to my husband once and for all how he might not want to have middle-aged man delusions of superhero-like actions before his children put him in an asylum under the fucking Baker Act. You're having a midlife crisis. You don't even know how to do that on a video game. Okay, here's the comments. It's true.
Nice.
Honey, you're a brilliant musician. You're a brilliant artist. You're great at eating the puss. You make delightful snacks. You're charming. You're handsome. You're thoughtful. You're kind. But a badass, you're not.
It has nothing to do with badass.
You're a design badass. You're a design badass.
You just have to outthink the guy in the golf cart. And I did that, and I showed you my plan. And now I have to come up with a new plan because now everybody knows my plan. Like, here's what he's gonna do when a golf cart comes at him. He's gonna put the foot on there. And he's gonna jump up. And
don't worry, everyone. I will shoot him in the leg. I gotta read the comments. Anne says good. I don't know what she was talking about, but something is gorgeous.
You like my plan for taking out the golf cart?
Most serial killers have a very high IQ and a very low EQ. IQ. I don't know if
they're
you're
both
saying
high IQ and
they're
low.
high low IQ, or you're saying high IQ, low EQ, because I believe it's low EQ.
What is EQ? Environmental quotient? Oh,
emotional
I thought it was environmental.
Hookah Bob, you have to do a somersault when you jump over the golf cart.
That's what I'm talking about. But I was thinking of grabbing like the pole, doing a little like dismount, boom, and So same thing. We're Bob and I are on the same page.
Delusion.
No delusion.
Okay. And Tracy says, I'm a great shot, but learned in forensics, if you want to make sure the person is dead, you have no rounds left because you were so scared for your life. You just keep shooting and make sure the person is facing you. Well,
that's cheerful.
And she says, and then feed the person to the gator. Again, the only person I'm going to shoot is Doug. So
what we've learned here, folks, is that my wife's going to shoot me in the leg and feed me to a gator. I don't think that's love. I don't think that's what you committed to.
A gator does not want to eat you. You are skin and bones. You are just a big old pile of bones. And that head, they could not digest. What?
I'll give you a head to digest.
I have a feeling I'm not going to be getting any head anytime soon because I told my 58-year-old husband that he does not have the athletic prowess of Josh Allen.
Next time you need me to save the day, I'll remember. I'll just go and shoot myself in the leg instead of saving the day.
If that makes you happy, you know what, honey? That is something I'm sure you are very capable of. You could definitely shoot yourself in the leg. I trust your aim. Tracy says they will eat anything. They're not going to eat him.
Yeah, they do.
They're not going to eat him.
I'm luscious. They think my leg is like a giant chicken wing. Because it kind of looks like a chicken wing.
How do you both support your husband's self-esteem and perhaps guide him away from a delusion? I need help. Honey, I love you so much. You're so talented.
What the world needs is creative thinking,
so
and I can supply that.
And you can supply creative thinking, but you cannot.
All right. Do you think getting a gun out and shooting a guy driving down a pier on a golf cart is creative thinking? No, I don't think that's very creative.
I don't.
I think my idea was entertaining, and I would probably get a round of applause afterwards. Just saying. Why are you spinning water?
I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but my hair often reflects how I feel. It's like mood hair. Right now, I feel like.
You know what? Maybe you just embrace your ninja husband, do-gooder husband, like goddamn Batman doing good for people.
Yes, honey, you're just like Batman. Doug, I need you to create something. What does that say?
An image of you being eaten by a gator with a gunshot in the other leg. That would be, well, what are you doing?
I'm fixing my hair.
You know your hair is wet and you're over your computer?
Do you know that you poured about a gallon of water on my computer about an hour ago?
How was that? How did I do that?
You fucking used the pool net. You took the pool net out of the water.
Well, you were having a conniption fit about the goddamn spider webs.
That's not why you put water on my fucking laptop.
I didn't put your laptop there.
But you knew it was there because
I didn't know it was dripping. I was just trying to get the spiders. It's because you yelled.
Okay. Well, I'm suggesting that I'm not trying to get my laptop wet.
Okay.
I was just putting my hair up because it was bothering
All right.
me.
Well, I was just alerting
And I'm saying that there was a tremendous amount of water on my laptop earlier today, as I pointed out to you when you dumped the
Why are we having a fight? I don't even understand.
How come it's always Doug gets to say his story, his whole story, and nothing but the story? And the only time Stacey can have something to say is if she's admitting she's wrong. Now, we will never admit we're wrong if our name is Doug.
I didn't say that, no.
When would you like to admit that you're wrong?
When I do something wrong. I'll let you know.
So you're going to be a superhero and jump over a golf cart.
Saying that could have happened.
Could have.
And it would have been a better outcome than whatever went down on that pier today.
Maybe. Okay, so that was a disaster. I'm going through my hashtags. We have been just like stressed. Like, and I'm sure you guys are stressed in whatever is going on in your own lives. I've talked to many of you. I know a lot of you have shit going on. I don't know what's going on with my hair is really what's going on right now. But one thing that we like to do is when we're like feeling down, we'll spend a couple dollars on a lottery ticket. I know it's kind of a long shot. It's a very, very long shot, but we'll spend $2 on a lottery ticket and then we'll spend the night like kind of fantasizing about how we'll win. What we'll do, it's like taking a little Xanax, except without the drugs, and it's cheaper, $2 versus I don't know what it costs people for a prescription. It doesn't have the side effects, so we buy our lottery ticket. And so I am convinced that we're winning on Friday. Are you with me? And so to that end, we've been trying to figure out when we win the lottery, where are we going to live? Where will we live? And because here's the thing, our neighborhood, it's fine, but I wouldn't call it secure. And I know that there have been break-ins, not, lately, but I know that like across the street had like a bag of tools stolen one day. Yeah. So who knows? But if I won over $100 million, I would want to have privacy and security.
A moat.
I might have to shoot Doug in the leg. You don't know what's going to happen. So we made a whole plan that involves going to the lawyer. There's a guy in Florida who specifically focuses on lottery people. And then after we get all the paperwork started with him, we're going to go to Disney we're just going to throw it on our credit cards. When we come back, we're going to order our leisure travel there. We're going to have to get it. I don't know how we're going to get one because they're fucking back over and shit. It's crazy. But that's not the point. The point is that, so this is my plan. So we go to Disney, we deal with the paperwork where we go to Disney for a week. We come home, we get a pod to come, put things in storage, get rid of everything. Then we get in our RV, and then we're going to follow the Buffalo Bills. Because Doug is a Buffalo Bills fan, and that's the kind of awesome wife I am.
But she also wants to go to the gathering of the Juggalos, and I'm kind of like, I don't want to get covered in soda.
I'm sorry? I'm going to go to every game of the Buffalo Bills season, and you're not going to go to the Juggalo Fest with me?
I'm going to have to look at people's assholes.
If I get
covered in soda.
I'm sorry. I think if I go to all of the Buffalo... Let me talk. If I go to all the Buffalo games, you should go to the gathering of the Juggalo and get up on stage and show everyone your butthole while you pour Faygo down it. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, we'll worry about that when we get there. I didn't ask you to go to the Bills. You were like, let's go to the Bills.
Oh, then you can go to the Bills and I will find someone to entertain me. I'm a wealthy millionaire and I'm lonely and I live in Florida. Would anyone like to come stay with me?
Why don't you go down Naples with that puma?
Did you just call me a puma? You're being so mean. I am gonna shoot him in the leg.
She's gonna shoot me in the leg. I might as well deserve it.
So we also, so we keep fantasizing of all the things that we want to do at Disney. We keep watching
Mr. Morrow. He's
Mr.
so
Morrow.
good.
He's just got this great
his kid
attitude.
Nathan, he's so good.
He's such a sweet kid.
You should like the way he explains things. It's like he's like discovering it like for the first time, and he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Let me try it. Oh, I do like this. And like just the way he talks is unbelievable. It's just like he puts in every detail as he's thinking it, and it just really works for these videos because you don't want like somebody's like overarching like opinion about it, but he's excited about everything. It's awesome. It's like, I'm gonna go get this cookie today, and he's just so excited about the cookie, and
he is awesome,
and his shirts, and like just everything about him is great. And I actually wrote him like a little note on one of his things because he did
ask him for some encouragement.
He did, yeah, I did. He did a video, basically about himself, and was like just super honest and super open, and like he was an inspiration quite because he had nothing, and then he ended up then COVID hit, and all the videos that he was doing had to stop. So he had to go back to work, and he was staying on somebody's couch. It was an inspirational story. So you should at least check him out or subscribe to him.
Definitely
on
check
YouTube.
him out.
It's
Paging
Mr. Morrow.
If you're interested in anything Disney, or if you're like, even if you're not into Disney stuff, like just watch it.
Yeah,
like seriously.
Yeah, he's
just like so happy about everything. Like, and when I feel sad, that's what I watch. Trace says, I mean, a puma is a sleek cat. I would take that as a compliment. I am not taking it as a compliment. Fuck Doug. I'm shooting him in the leg. So we 2
weeks ago we're like, nobody should be shot and nobody should make fun of jokes about being shot, and here you are going to shoot me in the leg.
Well, somebody was killed that day, and I'm not actually going to shoot. Well, somebody was killed. Never mind.
And I think somebody else was shot in the leg. So there you go. Point, Doug.
If you think, if you or anyone thinks that it's points in marriage, you're doing it wrong. Oh, by the way,
what I do now?
You guys missed a good one. So last night, right as I was going to bed, so I'm like going straight from the podcast to bed, Doug says, hey, Love is Blind is doing casting in Massachusetts, or doing in Boston. And I'm like, oh, really? And so, Love is Blind, the show on Netflix where you go in these, what they call the pods, and everybody's in these rooms and you can't see the other person, and you start dating and people propose, and then they
don't see what the person looks like.
Then they see what each other looks like, and then they like go on a vacation and they live together, and then they decide if they're going to get married. It's fucking crazy. So the long and the short of it is,
she gets on the phone.
I call my friend Zach. Now
he's 23, right?
23.
He's 23 years old, right in the wheelhouse of this show.
Well, he's a little on the younger side for this show. Like, I think that they like them a little bit older. He'd be one of the younger ones, but he's very mature for his age. I think he should be with someone older than him. He's very handsome. He has a lot to offer, but he's not like the douchebag guy with the 6-pack abs. He does have a cool car though. But he's a nice guy. And so I've been telling him for years that he was, that all these girls are going to go date a bunch of assholes now. And then when, they're 30 or they've got like a kid with some asshole, they're going to be fucking chasing him down. He'll have his pick of every girl in the state. But I also think like put yourself out there, but I know he's not going to do it. And so before I illegally entered him into the contest,
she calls him.
I call him because I'm like, oh, he might get really mad at me if I illegally enter him without his permission. So I call him up and I tell him I did it. I'm like, so
here's this thing. This is show coming to Boston.
I said, well, promise me you're not going to be mad at me. And he's like, what? And I'm like, okay, I did a thing, and
brilliantly
I think you're going to be mad at me. And I'm like, and I don't know how I fucking kept it straight. I kept muting my phone.
And she keeps muting it. How long should I do this for? I'm like, 20 minutes.
I didn't even say that. You were like, do it for 20 minutes. Oh no, I think I mentioned it. And you were like, you have to do this for at least 20 minutes.
Keep it going.
And I was trying to keep it going for as long as I could. But he was getting places, and his friend David was with him. I wanted David to hear the conversation. And so I almost let it go into like the next day and texted David. So I'm like, so he had no idea what the show was. And I'm telling him, he's like, when is it? And I'm like, the 3rd week in September. Can you get the week off? he's like, he's like, I have to go. I don't know how I feel about this. I have to go home and watch it. And he's like, why would they pick me? And I'm like, because you're a cat. You're handsome and you're tall.
So then
blah,
I'm
blah,
like,
blah.
I'm like feeding her information,
Oh
like
my God.
telling me she probably just hit the gym, just because,
I'm like, you might want to start working out and like get a haircut and trim your beard. And
oh my
but like
God, it was
seriously,
brilliant.
I wanted to do it. So I went online today and I started filling out the application for. So he wasn't going to kill me. And I'm like,
No, he kept
you're
thinking
not
about
mad
it.
at
It's
me?
like, well, I'll
He's
have
like
to see
thinking,
the
I'm
show.
gonna have to watch about
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna have to think about it. And he's like, I'm just trying to figure out why they would pick me. And I'm like, because you're amazing. So anyway, this morning comes along, and I hear nothing from him. And so, and he texted me, I wonder why they would pick me. And I'm like, of course they would pick you. You're a cat. Tell them all these amazing things that are true about my friend. And so I call this afternoon while he was working, I was trying to distract myself from my pain by filling out my friend's application for Love is Blind for him against.
It was like a ton of questions.
Yeah, but I had all of the pertinent information. I mean, I know his social security number. They don't ask for that.
You don't even know my social security number.
I have both of them written down in different places. Well, it's not that I have Zach's written down, but I've helped him with documents that I have in my emails.
All right.
So the kid can't do documents, let's just say. So he can, but
there's something screaming.
Something screaming back there. It could be really anything. An Olympian who's desperate for money.
It sounds like a primate.
I have no idea what it is, but it sounds like a good time. So
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Tracy says that is never a good way to start a conversation. Now,
yeah.
What is never?
Don't be mad at me.
Don't be mad at me. No, and it was funny. And so, so I answered like 46 questions, and then they wanted a face picture, a full length picture, and a 15-second video. And sorry you don't hear it because it's like
It's like what?
So I was calling him to get those things, and he wouldn't give them to me. I spent hours answering the questions. I told him what his example role models for relationships were. I said his parents who have been happily married for several decades.
My wife wants to shoot me in the leg
because I shoot him in the leg. I talked about how he was the top shooter in the state of Massachusetts 2 years in a row and the youngest person to ever get it. And all these things I just gushed on my friend, but no, he doesn't want to be with the blind people. He hates blind people.
They're not actually blind. I said maybe he'd get in if he said he was blind and just acted. Like
I think
he was bumping into walls.
They should just put blind people on the show.
I'd watch that. Yeah.
Is that
like if
exploitive?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I haven't watched Love on the Spectrum, but I also I want people on the spectrum to have looks.
Yeah.
But is that exploitive? It feels exploitive.
That's why I haven't watched it yet. But
reality television is inherently exploitive.
It's exploitive, and
we need to be exploited. We need money.
I just need not to get shot in the leg. Is all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
We're gonna do it for sweeps. Sweep the leg with a gun.
That's not nice.
Okay. I tagged Muck Sticky just because I love the motherfucker, and I hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
I really haven't sat down and listened to the new albums. They're in my list, but I haven't sat down and listened to 10 albums at once. It's a lot.
Hookah Bob says, folks, I gotta go early start in Ocala in the morning. What are you doing on Ocala?
What are you doing? You're great. We love
you guys are great.
Okay, so we did map out our entire trip. What we would do
for the whole season.
For the whole Buffalo Bills season. So I pulled up the Buffalo Bills schedule, and here is what I came up with. We're not going to go to all of the preseason's games. However, their first home game is on September 8th, and the first preseason game is there's a preseason game at home August 24th. So what I planned was this. Are you ready for this? Okay. We are going to win the lottery on Friday. It's really only going to work if we win on Friday, maybe next Tuesday. Go to Disney for a week, come back, put our things in a pod, and then get rid of everything because we don't know where we live. We'll have our new RV. We will take our new RV to New York. We will go to see the pregame of Panthers Bills.
Preseason.
During that time, we will play a tremendous amount of mini golf in New York State. we will also go to Niagara Falls. Our passports are not up to date, so we can't go to the Canada side. Hopefully, we will get them at some point. Then we will go back to Buffalo for the game against the Cardinals on the 8th.
That's game 1 of the season.
Then we will fly to Miami.
We're gonna leave the
RV in New York.
RV
We don't know
New
where,
York.
but if you have a place, let us know. We have cousins there. Perhaps they will take it. And then we will fly. But here's where it gets really crazy. We have to fly to Miami, and so we have from the 8th to the 12th to get to Miami, which is a lot. And then we go back to Buffalo for the 23rd.
Yeah.
So I say we stay in Florida for a while, go back to Buffalo, and then we're going to go to Baltimore, and then we're going to fly out of Baltimore to Texas.
Yeah, Houston.
And then we're going to, you guys following this? I can't get out of bed most of the time, but I'm going to be healthy. We're going to win the lottery.
She doesn't like to fly, but she's going to do all this stuff.
We're going to do all this stuff. Then I'm going to go from the Texans. We're going to have to fly back to Baltimore to get the RV, drive it to New York to the Jets game.
Not that far.
Then to back to Buffalo. Then we're going to have to fly to Seattle.
Yeah, we're not driving to Seattle. Screw that.
And then we have to fly back to Buffalo.
Yep.
And then we have to drive to wherever the fucking Colts are. Where are the fucking Colts?
Indianapolis.
We're going to drive. Where's Indianapolis?
Indiana.
To Indiana, which I don't even know where that is.
No idea
but we'll get
any
there.
Of these things are.
You know, in the RV, and I'm magically healthy, and we've won the lottery. And then we're going to go back to Buffalo for 2 games.
Yep.
Then we fly to LA
for a big matchup in the beautiful new stadium.
Who are the Lions?
Lions are Detroit. Yes.
Do you want to go? And then we fly back to Buffalo, then drive to New York to Detroit, and
which we can go through Canada or around the lake.
If we have our passports by then, we don't know yet. Then we will drive. Then we will go. Here's what we're going to do. We will go. There's a game, 2 home games, December 22nd and 29th in Buffalo.
Gonna be cold, folks.
I don't know if I want to be there for that. And then they play the Patriots on the 5th. So the way I see it is,
so we'll be in Massachusetts. In January.
Should go. Are the Rams any good? Do we care about the Rams?
Oh, you know why we care about the Rams? Tre'Davious White plays for the Rams now.
Okay, so do we care about the Lions game?
No, but I kind of want to go because I want to hit the Henry Ford Museum because they have JFK's death car.
Okay, so
and the Lincoln Rocker that he was shot in. That's kind of cool.
So
and a bunch of other stuff.
So after we don't need to see the Bills play the Jets. The Jets suck.
I have no interest in seeing the Jets. Although,
so the Patriots are playing the Bills at the Bills, and then we could. Oh, we'll just leave the RV at Todd's house. Fly out of Boston.
Todd's house.
Fly to Boston. Go to Disney.
Yeah.
And then fly back to Boston for the Patriots game.
Get the RV.
Exactly.
Drive home.
Yep.
There's
works. Our plan. So now you know where we'll be for the next 6 months.
I hope that was riveting podcast information.
I just think I feel like sometimes like it's easy to get your watching a video, somebody else's imagination or somebody else's dream.
Sometimes
or somebody
it sparks,
somebody else doing something, and I don't know if.
Here's the thing:
if it makes me feel good to plan out stupid logistics of an RV trip that we're going to take when we win the lottery and go to all these places, or to visualize you playing at all kinds of different places along the way.
This is kind of manifesting, and it's also like the logistics of if we wanted to do it. I know so many people that are like, oh, I'd love to have a Jeep, or oh, I'd love to live here, or
we would do
and
it.
You find a way. I mean, the Jeep just sort of happened, and then, but how many people do I know? Oh, I always wanted a Jeep. Well, just buy a goddamn Jeep. If you always wanted a Jeep.
I'm so sick of hearing people say, "I wish I had a Jeep," or
something, right? Or there's so many.
Well, especially people who have if you're driving, boy for this. If you're driving a 1987 Saturn, I don't know, Saturn was a thing in 1987, but if you're driving a 1987 Saturn and somebody says get a Jeep, and it's out of your range, I get
it's out of your range.
But if you're driving a BMW and you could easily trade it in for
here's the thing, right? So I'm poster boy for this, right? Always wanted to put out an album.
Yeah, and who fucking nagged your ass?
My wife nags my ass, and I figured out a way to do it, and I did it, and it's done, and it's not perfect, but it's out. But that's the thing. It's like there's
Stop
so many
saying it's
people.
not perfect. It's amazing.
There's so many people out there that like wish they could do something, or like even like I never cared if I lived on the ocean, whatever, but like so many people, oh, I wish, because we ended up living on the ocean, and they're like, oh, I
5
wish
years.
I always
lived
wanted to live
oceanfront.
on the ocean. Well, figure it out, figure it the fuck up. I mean, I know that's probably out of most people's range of ability.
It really
but
wasn't. It was like the cheapest rent in town at the time. It was $2,100 a month.
and it was a very small house. But I will say this: you got to put pen to paper. You got to put thoughts out there. You got to kind of plan it out. And not even just plan it out, but you have to just take action. If you really want to do something, if you always wanted to
Plan
have
the
a candle
universe.
store, just do your goddamn candle store. If you always want to do something, and I know that life gets in the way of that stuff. Obviously, poster boy again, right? Life gets in the way of that stuff. But there's ways of making yourself happy through those things. Like, oh, I always wanted to do this, or I always wanted to do that. Just fucking do them. Life's too short.
I agree. I concur.
Figure it out tomorrow.
And I would say, like, it's like, despite that, like, we're saying this despite the fact that we're both going through it right now. Like, the check came today from the client.
Yeah, I have a little project.
Check,
so
half of a check
a little
came,
deposit
so we
for
have
it,
a little money. So like, I'm not so freaking out about the fact that I just took $5,000 out of $7,000 out of savings. And it's, but it's, we're stressed about stuff in our lives, but we're still shooting. We're still shooting, for our goals.
And
it's
hard. It's hard to have a good outlook, when like specific, like when I'm not working, I'm the breadwinner for, and I'm not working. And it's like, it's really hard because like, I kind of like need my work to feel, like valued in society or whatever. Right. Or taxed or like coming up with creative ideas.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But herein lies the problem is that not all things that people do that bring value to society are rewarded appropriately. That's what we started on the topic about tonight. These Olympians who bust their asses and get nothing while these fucking bureaucrats are making a fucking fortune. Like, you put out an entire fucking album. Like, how much time and like have people spent like loving that? And like, don't get me wrong, like there's not that many people that watch our podcast. We wish it was more. But I know over the years, like it's been a year and a half of us doing this, 303 episodes. Like that's brought joy to people's lives. People have told us that it saved them. People have told us that, it makes them laugh. People have told us that it inspires them.
Generated friendships between people. That's priceless.
Don't get me wrong. Like I would love to do some cool ass shit and have like fucking help with things that we really need some fucking help with, like my fucking health, for example. It would be nice to have, like if we won the lottery, we would for sure have a chef. Like who the fuck wouldn't? Doug goes in the kitchen and has a panic attack, and you didn't have a panic attack, but you were like really overwhelmed when you were in the kitchen. It's kind of one of those
things. It's like,
and more often than not, the kitchen is a trigger for him. It is for me. If I go in the kitchen and it's a mess, I have to turn around and walk out, or I'm going to have a fucking panic attack. I need to go into a clean kitchen. I need to leave it as a clean kitchen. That's how my brain works. Doug is different. I think he's actually like me, but that's a whole other thing. Like, I think you're like me, and if you went in the kitchen, it was clean, you wouldn't feel that way. That's why it's important that you clean while you go.
Well, food is like, here's the thing, right? So like, you can't eat certain things now, right?
Yep.
In addition to that, you didn't want to eat certain things because of your health. So you wanted like clean food. You want a certain number of vegetables. You want certain things where you can't.
Yeah, but I told you not to worry about it.
No, I know you did. But I'm just saying that. So over
like a lot
time,
of times I just won't eat because I don't want to stress Doug out.
But over time, that like that degree of difficulty with and time to plan meals and things like that, and then you're like, okay, well, it's 6:05. We got to start working on the podcast, and then it's like you don't have time to cook an hour long.
But how did that happen tonight? Where I said, don't worry about.
No. It was just one of those things. It was like I think there was a lot that went into it, but not having to do that was like in stopping and taking care of myself for 5 minutes made a big difference.
Well, I'm glad it made a big difference, but I'm also like, and I, of course we're talking about winning the lottery, but like, I just wanted, and it was a kind of a light topic, but we got to that. I would say that, there were other factors that contributed.
Oh yeah.
But it's always like the straw that breaks the camel's back. But for me, and I would argue that like us, a big stress point has been our food because it takes a while to cook. It's a lot to clean. I'm not doing any of it because I can't stand for that long. And I have to eat a particular diet. So if we won the lottery, yeah, fuck yeah, we'd hire a chef. What would you guys do?
Well, we were talking about that today and thinking about like all like money can't cure all problems, right? But what like the thing that gets me is that
no, but we would also help so many
money
people.
could and money's not going to cure your illness per se.
Nope.
But money could do things that will make you feel better on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I mean, like
right?
even like like I would fucking love to meet with like Gary Brecka and like have a full battery, or like some of these like like not a doctor that's going to spend 5 minutes with you, like somebody that's going to run testing, and like I would hire like I don't know, probably like a concierge physician if we had money, or like I would be doing like I'd have a wellness center set up at home. I would do hyperbaric.
Yeah.
I would do IV. I would go for regular IVs. Like there's so many things that I would do. But I also like, a lot of people have spent a lot of money trying to treat Lyme and not gotten better. But it would be nice to be able to try some of the treatment options that I haven't been able to try. Well, it'd be nice to have somebody like the last time I had lab work done, they were like, oh yeah, your white blood cells are elevated. You need to have them checked. Last time I had my boobs done, they were like, oh yeah, you need to have follow up in 6 months. The last time I had colonoscopy, I was supposed to go back in. They diagnosed me with Crohn's. I didn't even go in for that. Like, it's just because like all of this different stuff. It's like they just order more and more tests. It costs you more and more money, and they don't give you any answers. They might prescribe you a pill, and then another pill, and then another pill, and then another pill, and then another pill. So that hasn't worked for me. So yeah, if we had money, we could help so many people. We could help ourselves. We could finally have some fucking fun, because we got married almost 12 years ago, and this entire time has been some fucking ridiculous struggle. Like, it's been insane. It started even before our wedding.
Started before the wedding, and you getting sick shortly after we got married was another thing, and then
like literally right after we got married. Like, it's just been one thing after another. So, please, universe, and if y'all could join us in this desperate prayer, help us to have some fun, some adventure, and have a positive impact on the world. And we could really use a bunch of fucking money. So like maybe if we could win the lottery on Friday, that would be nice. We would like to help people. And I keep thinking of all these ways that I would help people and how I would help as many people as possible. Like I'd want to, like, how like there's those bougie home gardening things like Christina has, like the lettuce grow. So there's the lettuce grow. My friend Christina has it and our friend Mark has it. They both love it. And there's a few others, but like to make it so that everyone can have home hydroponics, that they were like, hey, I want to have, here's the like pay on a sliding scale. Like if you can afford it, you pay full price. If not, it goes to somebody else, kind of a deal. So everybody can have access to, vegetables in their home, fruits and vegetables, or food security. And then I'd want to do things like, planting, like how like you do adopt a highway or whatever that people do. Like instead of having, and I was just talking to Zasha about this while she was doing my hair the other day. Love her, by the way. Manifest, go there if you want dreadlocks. She only does dreadlocks. If you want anything else, go see Taylor. She's awesome. There's a new girl that does waxing, Danielle. Very nice girl.
Zip you up nice.
Yeah, she will. She'll yeah, she specializes in waxing. Hairy tacos. So she what was I talking about?
You're talking about
Sasha and I were talking about why, like, we have all these, like Santa Barbara Boulevard, for example.
Yeah.
Grass median.
Yeah.
Trees. Those could be, you could put 3 citrus trees on each one. You could have like lemon, orange, grapefruit, avocado. Whatever. Lots of fucking fruits and vegetables for the people. Why are we growing shit everywhere? It's crazy to me. They actually have, I think she said 7/10. No, she said, I thought she said, I think she might have said 7/10 of an acre. It's possible she said it was a very small. She has a very small yard.
That's what was that about 700,000?
A small.
I'm sorry,
she has
7,000 square
She
feet.
has a small yard.
Yeah.
The point is, she has a small yard. But they had moved from an apartment. Her husband has planted everything everywhere, the entire yard. They have a fucking
Nice.
full-on food forest growing.
Food forest.
I applaud it, and they're just this is a young woman who and I should have you make a clip of this so I can send it to her, but she's a very impressive young woman and an amazing mom and just has a great soul and spirit, and she's in remission from Lyme, and she inspires me, and thank you for that. Zasha.
Find
I wish you were
inspiration
here.
where you can find it. That's my
Yeah.
advice.
And if it's your little, and it was so funny because I was like sweaty and I hugged her and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I smell like a dirty hippie. And she goes, girl, I am a dirty hippie. And I'm like, I think everybody here.
That's funny.
Not everybody there was, but, and then, so leisure travel, I hashtagged because that's
the van we're going to buy.
we want a leisure travel bad. So they're coming out with the, 25th anniversary leisure travel van, which will now have all-wheel drive.
Oh,
Which
now we're talking.
I don't
You
know
need
if
that
that-
in the Buffalo snow.
You're
That's
gonna
what we're
need
gonna
that
it.
in the Buffalo snow.
Yeesh.
Buffalo snow.
That's a hefty price tag.
So this is the one. Exterior. I wanted to see it. I don't want to subscribe.
All right.
Here it is. So we just get this little bad boy. I don't know if you can see this. So it's on a Mercedes Benz chassis. And you would, so it's just basically the Mercedes Sprinter. I want this. It's a Mercedes Benz Sprinter, and it's got a little pop-up TV over here on the left. It's got a full bathroom. Like, look, there's a shower, a sink, and then there's a toilet. Like, it's a full-on fucking bathroom. These two chairs are recliners. And then this is a king-size RV King.
RV King.
King-size Murphy bed. And you can use it either with the slide or without the slide, in or out. And so there it is. That's what it looks like on the outside. Just a little $211,000, but that's without the upgrades, and we would definitely want those. But it's pretty fucking cool. Like, you have a full bathroom.
It's funny. It
2
looks
closets.
so small in that overhead.
But we went in one. Our friends have one. They have a slightly different floor plan, and we really liked it. So anyway, that's the dream right there.
That's that.
Trace says nice. It's only like $200,000.
Yeah.
So of course,
A couple of 'em.
Unprofessional is also trending.
That's because people chewing gum.
Because of chewing gum. If you haven't seen, we've talked about this a million times. Have you not seen it yet? Always Sunny,
The Nightman.
the Nightman
yeah.
cometh episode,
Yeah.
and she's chewing gum. That's unprofessional. Anytime somebody chews gum now,
It's
we like,
unprofessional.
that's unprofessional.
Yeah.
And I've got falsely trending. There's just like so much fake news everywhere, like bad information, and that was falsely was specific to the FBI director, but I thought I would share it. Apparently, Trump said that he's the best president to Black America.
I don't know if you saw that.
since
He
Abraham-
addressed he had an interview in front of the
Yeah.
black journalists. It did not go well.
So
At
the
all.
way that the interview started, she didn't even say hello or like welcome him or anything.
She didn't, that's what he called her out for that. Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I watched the segment that was she questioned him, and he said, "Hey, you didn't even say hello to me. Like, you're already attacking me. Like, this is a terrible way to treat people." And I wish I'd seen more of it. I would like to see that it turned around. But I mean, honestly, if somebody
It didn't go. It got worse.
how much of it did you watch?
I watched. I watched at least most of it. While I was.
So I watched about 10 minutes of it.
Or listened to it. I listened to it.
So I watched 10 minutes of it. So I don't know what you saw that I didn't see. I think that if someone, and I guess he was under the belief that Harris was going to be there as well, and it was open and open question platform, which I think is
I didn't hear that Harris was going to be there.
yeah, he was told Harris was going to be there. So he gets there and he's and they're really rude. So here's my thing. I think we have to treat everyone with respect, and I think that while she has a right to pose the questions, there's a way to pose the question and to not be rude to people. So for the sake of argument, if I'm holding this, I'm trying to, as a journalist and an interviewer, your job is to remove yourself. It's about the person, not about you, right? So if I want to have a conversation and the first thing I want to do is I want to make that person feel comfortable, because that's what class is making people feel comfortable. I know you hate him. I'm getting to that.
No, okay.
I'm getting to that. Let me say what I have to say.
I'm letting you say about it.
I have been married to you for 10 years. I know when you're going to go. So be gracious, welcome him, apologize for the extra time. Thank him for coming. Let him say hello, exchange pleasantries, just basic fucking pleasantries. Ask about his family, yada, yada, yada. And then when you have a question like that, the way I would phrase it is, what would you say to people who have claimed you are blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
Because it's not like...
But I think that was the question.
That's not how she said it, though. It wasn't like it was phrased in a really fucking aggressive manner. And my point is that you can ask a question that's an aggressive question in a way that's not aggressive.
All right. Well, I guess I didn't see the intro. I didn't see if they said hello or not. The thing started with that first question.
That's what I'm saying. You did.
And it was, but there's the thing. There's class goes two ways, right? You don't just berate somebody.
But I understand that. But he sat down, and that's how he was greeted. And the reality is I would prefer it if everyone could use decorum. But I would also,
I would like.
But I don't believe that this woman used decorum, and I do believe, and maybe there's more information that I'm going to change my opinion about, but I believe that we should shut people down when they're disrespectful to us. Okay. I believe we all should. I do believe that that's not acceptable. We should stand up for ourselves. We should set boundaries. I don't think that was appropriate. Are there a million times where I think that Trump's behavior hasn't been appropriate? Absolutely. Would I have something to say about that? Absolutely. But there's the people are torn. Some people are like, good for him for telling her off. And some people are like, oh, he just buried himself. The reality is it is so binary, bipartisan. It doesn't matter. No matter what a piece of information is, one person's going to see it one way, one person's going to see it another. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But there are definitely things that I don't agree with that Trump's done. But then there's things that with everybody, it's like, I'm always asking questions and trying to learn more. And I don't have a problem saying I disagree with this person about this. But I'm also going to ask questions. And I know that it's very difficult to get answers, right? Like everywhere we look now, it's hard to get answers. I was able to get some answers out of ChatGPT today, but I had to dig. I spent like 30 minutes on that, like to get that information. And that was using AI. So just, keep in mind, like, do you have, in any situation, does your bias come into play? Are you open to new information? But more importantly, what do these people have to gain here? And like, are they keeping us divided? Because that seems to do pretty fucking well. Like, I want us to come together.
In this case, right? And I know at the end of that interview,
I'm talking about the fact that you can't find straight answers.
No, I know. Yeah. But I just wanted to cover off on the thing. At the end of that interview, the woman that was leading the whole thing was very cordial, and Trump, on like maybe at least 3 occasions, said something derogatory about ABC News and Slopalopolis and all this stuff. So when it comes to having class, when you're calling people names and it was just a disaster.
I didn't see the rest of it. I only saw the first half of it. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't get up and leave the way he was greeted.
Well, they actually shoot him out after a while. I think his people were like, okay, this is enough. Because it was bad. It was like they brought up like the birther issues, and then there was a thing about how he said Kamala like turned black when she was no longer
I saw that
or something like that. So it was just not a good look. But I agree. I think you treat everybody with respect, whatever. But I think at the same time he was using that gruff exterior to avoid answering some very, very tough questions in front of the very audience.
But my point, my point is that if the interviewer had been more professional, then he would have gotten answers to the question. She was completely unprofessional. Someone sits down, you don't even greet them, and you're going at their jugular from like, you're not supposed to be a part of the interview as the interviewer. It's supposed to be like you're not even there. It's not about you.
Right. Well, here's the thing. The question, whether he was greeted and glad handled or whatever, that be that as may.
But it set a hostile tone.
Someone asked him a question, and he didn't answer the question, and he got his dander up because they didn't kiss his ass. But I'm just saying, yes, could they have introduced him better? But they asked a question that was a hard hitting question, and he couldn't handle it.
And I'm married to you, and I'm saying to you that if you are greeted with something that you even remotely perceive as hostility, you fucking lose it.
Yeah, but I'm also not running for the highest office in the land.
I understand that, but this man has been greeted with hostility every fucking day.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
Okay. Well, I would like to move on to another subject because I don't think that we're
Matthew is here, which I'm very excited about, and he says "hey" 3 times.
Hey, Matthew, how are you?
With a smiley face.
You missed Hookah Bob. He
went to bed. He's got something in Ocala, but it's very mystery in Ocala. He wouldn't tell us what it was, so it's probably up to no good.
And also, biracial is trending, which of course, Kamala Harris is biracial. She's both Indian and Jamaican, as I understand it. And the thing that's interesting about that is that in some, for a while there, people were calling her black, and then people are saying she's Indian. Of course, she's biracial. And I think that while I personally do not enjoy Kamala Harris, and I feel that I feel like she's it's very convenient that she's she blows with the wind, as it were.
I've never heard her use her race as an advantage.
I didn't say that. I said she blows with the wind.
Well, she blows with the wind racially. That's
okay, but I'm trying to say something nice about her, and I can't get there because you're defending like nothing.
All right, whatever. We shouldn't talk politics.
I was even talking politics. Okay. If you'd let me finish what I had to say.
Okay, I thought you were talking about changing her race to fit her situation. That's what I thought you were talking about. That's what
I'm talking about a myriad of things with Kamala Harris, but that's not the point. All right. I'm saying the disclaimer of I do not enjoy her. I find she blows with the wind, that she is a puppet. However, the one thing that I think that is good about Harris being in the limelight as she is that she now has a platform to speak for people who are biracial, because the vast majority of kids in this country now, well, not the vast majority of kids, but kids who are people of color, many of those children are biracial. We have a great niece who is biracial, and another one on the way soon. Biracial in our family. And of course, that kid, their entire life is going to be like, you're black or you're white. And of course, there's always within communities the whole issue of skin tone and what have you. And I was talking to a young man in our neighborhood who's black, and his mom is white, and he said he gets picked on at school because he's biracial. And he's like, when people see my mom, they say that I'm adopted, and he's like, and I'm not. And
well, kids are shitty,
and kids are shitty, but it's like that's my point. Is that I think we need to stop pigeonholing people into categories based on their race. I like to talk about my heritage, being Portuguese, my mom's family being Irish and English, and we had so many of those traditions, and growing up in a Portuguese community that's important to me. But I would never just say that I'm more Portuguese than I am anything else. I've spent more time with the Portuguese community, but I would never say like I would never say like I'm only one thing, and that's not even like a race issue, right?
Yeah, that's not.
But like imagine as a kid, like people look at you and they like you're black. Well, actually, I'm black and I'm white.
Yeah,
and Zasha, my stylist, this girl, she's like half Scottish and half Indian, and she looks like me. She looks like
she's
really
super
skinny
pale,
version of me, but like she gets tan when she had her first sunburn.
Oh,
and she was like, I don't feel good. She had no idea. She's like, I don't feel good. And she's like, she said to her husband, I can't remember his name. I want to always call him Ian, but it's somebody else that works there. His husband is Ian. And she's like, I feel hot and like sweaty and like everything hurts. I have like hives. And he's like, you idiot, you have a sunburn. She had no idea.
Well, you know what she needed?
She
needed some solar.
I told her
recovery.
about it. I was like, you have to get solar recovery.
Best.
They make it on Sanibel.
I want to just spray it on me regardless.
I use it all the time. But I think it's important to like, I think just, don't, when you look at someone, you don't know what their background is. I ask people, I had someone once and she told me she was Aryan.
Oh yeah, that was
the
good.
whole thing. But
that's one thing you probably don't want to be.
I'm interested, and like I talked to a guy at the beach one day, and he's Portuguese, and I was so excited about it. We talked about he and his wife told me all about Portugal. His wife has a TikTok channel. It's amazing. So I don't know. I think like my point was that Kamala Harris, being a biracial woman, I hope she will point out that she's biracial over and 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 over again, so that kids who are biracial aren't like, oh, I'm black, oh, I'm white, or whatever it is. Like, I want them to they are a combination of both of their amazing parents and the generations before them, and they should be proud of all of their history and proud for overcoming bad history, because all of our families have it.
Well, I will say this: if Kamala Harris is biracial, our legislative branch or whatever is bicameral. So there's bicameral and biracial Kamala. That's just so play on words, folks. Don't pay any attention. I
don't know what he's talking about.
Bicameral legislation.
Okay. And so righty was trending.
Righty.
And I don't know why, but I just thought it was funny because the only time I ever have used the term righty is righty tighty lefty loosey.
Righty tighty lefty loosey.
Righty tighty lefty loosey. Some things are backwards threaded, usually like fuel lines.
Yeah, and the right side of a Chrysler car, the lug nuts go the opposite way.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Things I know.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you know. And then
this is the old '60s Chryslers. I'm sure none of you watching will come across that on a daily thing.
Black is also trending. Be black.
Or just the color black, which the sky is right now.
Or
as you can tell.
We love the color black. It's actually we have 2 black cars.
You do.
Actually, it's funny.
Black cars look better in the shade.
One guy in one of the Jeep groups actually. So there's black Jeep. Like I'm the black Jeeps in the black Jeeps only group, but there's a black Jeep owners group. And
that's right. Yeah,
black and some white guy accidentally joined it. I'm like, I own a black Jeep. I might be in the black Jeep owners.
You
group.
don't know. Tracy is Italian and Irish. They hate each other. She hates herself. She hates her left side.
I did a project on Portugal in middle school. Oh my god, this is so funny. I did a project on Portugal in middle school, and I wrote it like the night before. And so my teacher asked me what the colors of the flag stood for, and I said it's for the war with Ireland. It was
F. F minus.
Because my mom hated my dad.
Oh, right.
My dad hated my mom.
That's true. That is very true. Even to this day, that's what those colors stand for.
Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
Oh my goodness. So Matthew says, "What's the difference between broccoli and boogers?" And kids don't eat broccoli. And Tracy is laughing her ass off. Yeah, Matthew, we're in the pool tonight because it was crazy hot, and I forgot to bring the dad joke. So thank you for bringing that.
You can look one up on the internet.
I bet there's a dad joke of the day. Let me look it up.
But if I don't have to listen to 2 tomorrow, do I?
Maybe
you should just go get it because we're done anyway. Right, we have to do the thing.
Hang on, dad joke of the day.
Tracy's laughing her ass off. I'm glad you're laughing.
I will just pick one from this list.
Fuck you, Matthew. Fuck you. Matthew says 3 jokes tomorrow. I will kill you. I will shoot you in the leg.
What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals? Philippe Flop. That's not so bad right there. That's a good one. Frenchman wearing sandals. That's very good. Philippe Flop.
Here's the other thing that's fucked up about the Olympics. They put these beds in so that the people couldn't have sex on them.
Oh, that's right. The non-sex beds.
So they don't get any money and they don't get laid. And there's no air conditioning.
Although I remember...
And the British were told not to eat the meat. It's not safe to eat. Tracy says that is fitting with the Olympics in Paris. It's not fitting.
And
that
then
we ever
Matthew
talk about the
says,
flip-flop.
shoot me in the leg, then question me. LOL. A flip-flop, that is great. She was trying to shoot me in the leg earlier. I don't know if you were here for that.
Doug thinks he's a superhero. You're going to have to rewind the podcast and watch it. It was a whole
I don't
fucking
think I'm a
delusional
superhero.
rant.
I just devised a way to disarm a situation. Nobody dies. Is
say
that so wrong?
If you say so.
They should be running the Middle East.
If you say, okay. So what could you have done better today, ladies and gentlemen? I wanted to journal and I didn't. And I wanted to meditate and I didn't. And I didn't take a bath.
And you didn't.
But I got through the day. I took cannabis oil early in the day because I was having a rough time. And so I am feeling glad I did that. And I paid the rent. So I feel good about that. You?
I could have had a little bit more self-care today. I could have not had like some sort of angst attack. I could have had a rosier outlook and things of that nature.
Are you going to start journaling?
I'm not big on the journaling. I think I would just go to a very negative place when I journal, and I don't think that's
so. Here's my thing is just like we've been trying to change our behavior, but we haven't changed what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's what I have to do. That's what I have to do to be better. Is change something. Yeah. I don't know if it's whatever. LOL. But the Felipe Flops fits. Say that 4 times fast. I'm a pro-death.
You do.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm a pro-death. I'm a pro-death.
I could have had more water.
Had more water and meds in my body sooner.
Self-care has to be numero uno.
You could have given yourself a coffee enema too, but you didn't. So don't beat yourself up over
Don't beat yourself up, but do make self-care a priority. Okay, so gratitude. I'm so grateful for everybody who's here tonight.
Matthew says he drank less tonight than last night. Well, that's
something.
He's getting to bed.
I am thankful for all the people that come and support the podcast night after night. By the way, all of you people over on Twitter,
come on over.
X, join us on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, Todd, Zany Mom, Lorraine, Nick, and Doug.
I don't know why I thumbed us up. But...
And thank you to the people that come and support the podcast night after night. Hookah Bob, Tracy, Ann, Matthew, Courtney.
It was kind of a light.
Well, Wednesdays are usually pretty quiet, so I think that we might start taking Wednesdays and Thursdays off. What do you guys think? Wednesdays and Thursdays, like we just do Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Maybe that's what we do. It gives us. I
don't know. Maybe I always thought Tuesdays was a light night. I know Mondays is crazy. Mondays
are always busy. Tuesdays are usually pretty busy. Wednesdays and Thursdays are usually quiet.
People love the Fridays.
Fridays Fridays we do big because of Jackbox.
Yeah, everybody loves that.
We used to have big Fridays without Jackbox, so we could do Jackbox.
But we do like a half an hour usually.
So we could do Jackbox on Thursday. I don't know. We're just rethinking the schedule. Let us know what you guys think of.
It means I prefer dead people. It's kind of what I went to school for. Oh, we know you.
We know you like dead people.
You like ghoulish fucking Spirit Halloween shit.
Crazy lady.
It's all good. All right, so gratitude.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I saw a little frog today, and I'm thankful for that we played a joke on Zach last night because that was funny, and we all had a good laugh. Me, Zach, Doug, David. And then I'm thankful that your tarot cards.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah,
that was fun. Thankful for I'm thankful for the new pool lights, even though we need more. I am thankful. My friend Melissa is seeing me in a positive space, which is always helpful.
That's good.
I'm thankful that I can vent to my friend Christina anytime I need to. And I'm thankful that we did the podcast from the pool because it was hot as fuck.
Yeah, it was. I'm grateful that I got my deposit check for this little project in the mail. That was good. And I was thankful for, I made myself a little egg sandwich today. I got organic everything bagels at the store the other day. They want a little pack of them. And I've been craving an egg sandwich with the egg and the bacon and the cheese. And it was unbelievably good today. And it was, I'm going to have it again tomorrow. So there you go. I'm thankful that we had some cribbage today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful that my meeting that I had today went very well, and it was.
You've been beating me at cribbage a lot lately, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, maybe I've just had enough of your crap. And what are you gonna do? Shoot me in the leg if I win again? You probably will. Crazy bitch. So Tracy is grateful for you both. I'm thankful for homemade pasta for dinner. Nice homemade pasta or the sauce, or both. I am thankful. I'm thankful for protein. I am thankful for Beck and all the help she gives me. She's a nice lady. And I'm thankful that we did not have a tornado today, even though we had a tornado warnings and the heat was 114 on the heat index. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I'm glad you guys are all right.
Oh, hang on a second.
What?
Tracy says, bless you.
Oh, happy birthday! All right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
That's your song?
Yeah, that was actually Happy Birthday sung to the tune of Wooly Bully by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
I will celebrate you by not singing to you because my singing fucking sucks.
We hope you had a great day. We hope that you got laid and bloated.
We are just wrapping up. We're literally just doing we just finished gratitude. We were literally about to play the outro. But tell us what you did real quick. Tracy says happy birthday, Cindy.
And both of the pasta and the sauce were homemade. Who has that kind of time anymore? That's crazy.
Damn, girl.
I bet it was delicious, though.
Tracy says, love y'all. She says, happy birthday, Cindy.
Good. So we're good. We're good from here, I think. We're just waiting to see if, Beth made it. That's always good to have a Beth around.
How is Beth doing? I never heard back from you. Yeah. I meant to text you, and I'm so sorry. I'm the worst. Yeah, she had some welts.
Cindy says, thanks. I don't do birthdays. I went to an event planning meeting for the motorcycle group, and that's it. Nothing exciting.
Not the worst way to spend
Then maybe we should ignore it too. She doesn't do it. We're not.
I didn't celebrate my birthday.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to rise above you, Cindy. We're going to celebrate it for you. We do birthdays.
We already did. Everybody wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah, we did.
I was here.
So we're and I hope you're doing well, and I hope the motorcycle club is happy and etc. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
So.
And she says nothing exciting, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Tracy says we are not sure what is going on, but pus-filled blisters all over,
Yikes.
Maybe poison sumac. Oh my God, that's the thing. And Cindy says I try to ignore it. Me too, girl. 48. Anyway, we are grateful for you. We're grateful that you're here to celebrate another birthday. Even if you don't want to celebrate it, we'll love you. We're grateful for you.
We'll have another year of Cindy. Sure.
Yes, we will take another year of you, and we will see you guys tomorrow, but we are considering cutting back our schedule tremendously.
But we'll be here tomorrow.
We will be here tomorrow.